in terms of to account for movement on the road and as well as how the accident has happened. We are still investigating that, and we will be able to tell the families and the rest of the nation in terms of what is our finding.
It's now been 5 months since the National Police Commissioner made these utterances, and for the 3 families that lost their loved ones, it's been 5 months of devastating silence. Now, through media reports, they've learned that the report they've been waiting for is ready, but they say no one has informed them of this.
You see, just to elaborate on this, it's been 5 months now since that fateful day. We've had a number of reports from social media platforms, from people with podcast accounts or whatever. Some of the things they are saying are far-fetched, but some of them hit home, and they make us have more questions. Now, we were expecting, because we were promised that this is going to be a high-priority case. It's going to be investigated in no time, and we'll be given the reports as to what led to the accident. Now, you know, when you get reports or when you hear people commenting on podcasts and social media, and some of the things they are saying make sense, you start asking yourself questions. That Brigadier Mate has gone to the media to say the reports are ready. Our source says the reports are not ready.
Linda has also dismissed claims that the 3 were speeding, saying the timestamps on various petrol stations and the Grasmere toll gate where they stopped tally with the kilometers traveled. He says if there's any foul play, they want to know.
We were asking questions. Why is the car damaged on the right-hand side instead of the left-hand side? Now, they had to come with a story that, okay, fine, we have to create a story that the car skidded and it hit the barricades. Even, let's say the car hit barricades. If a car hits barricades and it travels about, say, 100 meters from where it hit the barricades, automatically it will stop. Now, we were at the scene. The barricades are about 300 meters, plus minus, from the river. If the car skids, hits the barricades, and stops, the next question would be, what then took the car from where it stopped into the river? You know, those are questions that we have. But now we're waiting for the report, and we want to go through the report and ask questions. And we're not asking these questions just, you know, to appear on TV. We have questions, you know. We want to know what happened to the kids. Our grandchildren want to know what happened to their uncle and brother. South Africa deserves to know the truth about what exactly happened on that fateful day. Because today, it's our kids. A year later, or 2 years later, it will be somebody else's kids. Now, if there is foul play, these people might think we got away scot-free, and then these things will continue. We want to know what happened to the kids so that we can find closure.
The Senoge family also remains with unanswered questions. For example, why were the surveillance cameras not working?
You know, in terms of that is, we will always get an answer that we'll get back to you when everything is done. We'll get back to you when everything is done. So at the end of the day, as a family now, we get discouraged, because we know if we're going to call or try to get someone, we're going to get the same answer every single time. So we ended up just having to sit and wait until now. As we heard on the media, the report is out, but it's even funny that it's not communicated with the family. We hear it through the media.
The burden of waiting has weighed heavily on them.
At home, waking up in the morning, looking at the picture of our daughter, of our sister, our cousin, our aunt, it's painful, especially when you don't even know what is going on. There are no answers, you know. We find ourselves even looking at her picture and like talking to her, like, show us what happened. Can you just show us what happened? Is there a sign that you wanna give us, you know? That's all that we're asking. Let them just take off this burden on our shoulders so that we can be able to move on. Even though it's not gonna be easy, but it will give us that little closure of this is actually what happened, so we can just move on with our lives, because now we are sitting with this dark cloud.
The past 5 months have been tough for Constable Base's husband. His mission is to fight for his wife and get to the truth, because he says there are secrets his wife told him before she died.
Truly speaking, I would say it's all by the grace of the Lord. Yeah, it's all by the grace. Throughout these 5 months, not having a response and everything, every time when I wake up, I'm like, thank you, God. Let me go to work, thinking about our son. But then to tell you the truth, yeah, I never thought in a minute that I would go through such thing. Like, you had plans. So every time when I'm alone, at home or at work, there's that small voice says to me, man, fight for your wife. You know, fight for your wife. Like Mr. Linda said, you know, he has said mouthfully. So I'm running out of words, but then what I can tell you is that, I didn't know grieving, even though I lost my father, but it's something else to lose someone that you want to start life with, you know. So all I can say is that they must give us this feedback that we want to know what really happened there, what really took place there. But then, now must be honest, Shame. Truly speaking, I do not buy what they're saying there. Like, to be honest, I'm not buying whatever they're saying. It's an accident. Because my wife told me some things, of which, should I mention them now, I will put my head on the table, you know. So what I can say is that I'm waiting for them to give us the feedback. Then we can respond and say we are satisfied with the report, with the postmortem and all that. But now we are living in South Africa and we know how things are done here in South Africa. So we're just putting our use up until now.
The families say once they've received the report, they'll come together, read it, and decide whether they accept its content. Should they not accept it, they will find recourse to close the matter. Keamogetswe, SABC News in Bloemfontein.